Hi guys. So as you can see, I am, I have been absent this year simply because I've had so much going on. So that's kind of took up my time of obviously making my videos. But as I've been going along my journeys of doing my business, being a mum, sorting out my daughter's new school, I have been writing notes and going through experiences and still meeting people on courses and meetings and all things like this. It's one I've wanted to do for a while. I feel it's quite controversial. It could cause some politics on the mental health and disability sufferers side of things. So that has kind of put me off doing this video. But with things that I have been spending a lot of time on in regards to my daughter's health, meeting people, doing my courses and building my business, it is a valuable topic, but it comes up a lot of the time. And yeah, I've been wanting to do it for a while. It is an opinion. Everyone knows I like having an opinion. I like having a rant and things I'm very passionate about. So, and I won't talk about things unless I am fully into what I am trying to explain, and this I am wholeheartedly into now. Last week I spent time working with two very large TV production companies, and I met some really wonderful people, including somebody else who was a fibromyalgia sufferer and other people from various walks of life that had been through different experiences, suffered with different emotions, different feelings. I was the only one there with obviously like fibromyalgia, so a sort of disability cause to depression, anxiety, mental health kind of things, as others were there because of things that they'd gone through in life that traumatized them. But talking to these people, they was asking my opinion, and I realised I was giving the same opinion. Obviously it led me to this video. So instead of anyway, I have thought this for a really long time, okay? So we suffer with mental health. We suffer with depression, anxiety. These things affect our anger and emotion. But one thing I was asked is how much of that really is to cause and to blame for some of the things that we do. I've met an awful lot of people that suffer with mental health, that have realised the effect it has on people around them, people they love, and they don't want to hurt those people. I have also met some very, I'm going to say it, ignorant people who just say, I have mental health, I have anxiety, I have depression, deal with it. I have fibromyalgia because I was trying to deal with it with someone. It was alcoholism, it was depression, it was anger management, and I stuck with that person. So I am living proof of what mental health can do to somebody. Everybody has their limits, and I learned I was a victim. Now I'm a sufferer, and I will make sure that I cause no victims from my well-being. There's a lot of politics based around this because people say, well, I done that because of my anxiety. That triggers off my mood. I get angry, I bite people's heads off, I swear, I shout, I scream, I do horrible things, I throw stuff. Well, hang on, slow down. Let's just look at something here. So we are people, we are a person, we have our own character, our own persona. So when somebody is trying to tell me I am this way, like deal with it, I've got you know, depression, anxiety, mental health, things going on, and you know, deal with it. This is who I am, this is how I am, this is why I am. And you got to like it or lump it, basically. I mean, I personally would never say anything like that to anybody myself, because I have had it done to me one too many times. But if you take that mental health out of that person, you still have that person, and that person still has to have a character and a persona. That person will still have to make their own choices and decisions. And if you take that mental health away, are those decisions and that attitude and that persona going to be much different? Now, before you bite my head off, I fully well know that when my anxiety is up, when I start having panic attacks, when my fibro affects my head, or I have to take my pills and I'm getting agitated, I'm getting frustrated, I will get snappy. But the decisions I make when I do things would still be the decisions I make if I hadn't got fibro and mental health. But I would probably just deal with it in a more laid back way, rather than biting somebody's head off or trying to do it rash. I would be chilled to kind of sit back, be like, you know, okay, let's deal with this. As obviously when I'm frustrated, I'm irritated, I'm like, you know, but I would still, that's still me making the decision. That's still me making that choice. I'm just dealing with it in a more aggressive manner when my mental health is playing up. Now, I've met, like I say, I've met people, and yes, I do call them arrogant, because if somebody is to wholeheartedly turn around and say, you know, I treated you like crap the other day, I spoke to you like crap the other day, I swear and shout at you, right? There is, the anger level comes up. Okay, and the frustration comes up. You have less patience, but you decide what language you use. You decide what names you call someone. You decide if you become physically aggressive to someone. Like, yes, that aggression is fueled, but those decisions are still yours. I guess this is a sore point for me, because throughout my life, I have reached my limit. I think it's because I've met so many wonderful people who are aware of the effects that we can have as sufferers, and if we don't manage our illness, that what we can cause to someone, what we can cause to our loved ones. You know, we could end up causing them mental health, because we could push them into corners and we could batter them with bad words. You know, we can knock them down, emotionally drain them, push. And then they could break. And then the next thing you know, because of us, because of someone who is not willing to learn or control or accept that we have some responsibility as a sufferer, that person ends up becoming one of us. Now, we're shouting and screaming, and we're doing our utmost to raise awareness, but it's, for me, we need to make sure that we're raising awareness in the right way, and that we're not spreading the stress, the anxiety, the depression, the emotions. I have met many wonderful people who have gone through so much more bad stuff than what I have. And the fact that they have turned around to me and said, I am responsible for my actions. I don't want someone going through what I went through. I think now I've met enough people to know that this feeling, this decision, this opinion that I have, in my eyes, plays a very big part You know, you could sit there and say, whilst you're watching this video, you can easily be sitting there shaking your head thinking, oh my God, she's so wrong. She doesn't have a clue. But if you go away and you really think about it, do you really want to make somebody else feel how you feel? And somebody said to me the other day about my fibro, they said, am I going crazy? But is my physical pain attached to my mental health? This person said, like, I don't know about you, but if I am in a better place, if I really push myself to make make my life easier, make it less stressful, make sure I try to manage my anxiety, be aware of my surroundings, be aware of my triggers and try to avoid them or calm myself down ahead of them. If I do all of that, I'm so much more pain-free. And it was, I turned around with this biggest smile on my face. And I said to this person, oh my God, like, I shouldn't be happy that you're saying this because I never want anyone to feel what I feel with fibro. But I said to this person, I'm just so relieved to hear you say that, because I get trolled for saying, you know, think happy thoughts. Try and look at your triggers, like, and like try to just manage yourself. And they're like, oh, you've got this magic trick fix. And no, I don't. I honestly don't. But over the last 2 years, I would say I have learnt very valuable lessons. And one of them is that I have noticed that my life is so much more relaxed. My pain is so much easier to deal with. My house is, oh my God, it's a vibrant place. My child, you know, to see how much fun we have at home. You know, there isn't no shouting. There's no stress. There's no panic. There's no pain. To see everyone be able to be happy here makes me feel like I'm doing something right. I'm not just saying, I have fibro, deal with it. I have to. I'm saying, right, okay, I acknowledge I've got something. I acknowledge this is mine. I have to own this. I didn't ask for it, but I've got it now. And I have to own this. And I know it's so much easier said than done. But I'm proud of myself for owning it and not putting my partner or my daughter through what I've been through. I wouldn't dream of it. It's hard. It's a very passionate thought and feeling that I have. And I guess it's just something that for a while, do you know what? I accepted it. I was one of those that I was told it for so often. I had 2 very bad relationships, one after another, and I was convinced by both that I had to accept it. I had to deal with it. And for a while I did. I had my life with my daughter and I had my life with a relationship because I didn't want my daughter to accept it. But it took me a really long time to realise I wasn't showing her that you shouldn't accept it. You shouldn't be convinced that, you know, just because that's the way somebody wants to live their life, that it has to be that way. I was told there was no options, there was no compromise, because they had anxiety and depression and, you know, that was it. That was, I had to deal with that, and whatever they threw my way, I had to like it or lump it. That was it. The first one made me really ill, gave my fibro, and the next one made me have this opinion. I decided that I was going to build my business, and I have put my heart and soul into it. I have had the most wonderful experiences with some wonderful, wonderful people who have come so far, and they've come to me for coaching because they've seen what I've come through. And to have that is To be able to say to someone, do you know what, it doesn't have to be that way. It really doesn't. Look, I guess it is easier said than done until you can see the final print, the final copy, the last leg of the race. You know, it kind of lags in the middle, and then you see that finish line, and you have that another boost, don't you? Just to go, do you know what? I can do this, and I want to be that, and I am going to be that. I didn't do this to offend people. I done this because, again, it's my fibro rant. And I guess I've just met enough people now who keep saying the same thing. They want to help others. And they don't want that to be the last chapter. They want more, and they don't want to cause hurt and pain to others. If they know that, you know, it doesn't matter. God, I met someone who's had therapy, oh my God, over 10 times. And they kept saying, do you know what, it's not going to work, it's not going to work. And then that final time, oh my God, what this person had achieved in 1 year, this year, not even a year. At Christmas, this person, I wasn't even gonna be sure that I would be seeing that person again. It got that bad. And I was afraid. I was doing everything I could. But that person has gone above and beyond and just convinced me that what I'm doing is the right thing. Because there is more. And we can help ourselves. We just have to own our shit. We have to own it and say, do you know what? Hey, I don't want this for my family, and I want a life. There's things I want to do. Like, I've got a bucket list that keeps me going. To this year, I've got a bucket list, and hey, the amount of tickets we got booked is unreal. But the fact is that I am determined to make this year a good year. I spent loads of time in hospital last year, and I am so determined that's not going to happen again. And I am making sure that I am in control of it. I'm the one with the steering wheel to my life. And I think that when we raise awareness, you know, it's okay to have your bad days. Of course it is. Do you know, even without mental health and disabilities, even everybody has bad days. We're going to fall. It's not about being perfect. It's about owning our flaws. Nobody is perfect, and we all have our flaws. But that's what it's all about. It's owning our imperfections and making our imperfections shine in the best way possible, to be able to turn around to the next person who's suffering and you go, do you know what? I completely understand where you are. I was there. And I tell you what, to see them people turn around and look at you and go, what? You? Look at you. And I can't tell you what it's like, the feeling to be able to stand there and say, yes, look at me. I was where you were. But I've took control of my life. Not my illness, not my mental health, not my disabilities. I took control. I had to own my shit. I had to work it out. I had to figure out my triggers. They always say, and it's so true, it's so true, that you have to look out for number one. And do you know what? All these years I've turned around and gone, no. Everyone else. I put everyone else first. And my family will tell you, and my friends will tell you, I put everybody else first. My partner says to me, it's the one thing he hates about me. But at the same time, he loves me so much for it, because he wouldn't change me. But he hates that I give so much all the time. And I'm always there to help others. But it always comes back in tenfold. It really does. I say to him, you don't understand what it feels like to be that person, to be able to relate to them, to know where they are, to know what they're feeling. Everybody's situation is going to be different. But to be in that dark place, to have those fears, those worries, those concerns, to feel that weakness in you. But to see somebody in front of you and to be that person in front of someone and say, do you know what? I was you. Come on. you can do it too. And to see their face, you give them hope. And I want so many more people to be able to feel that and do that. I think that would be really good. But then there's me living in my fairy tale land. I didn't do it to annoy anyone, and I'm sorry if I've offended anyone, but that is my opinion and that is my view, and I know now that it's many people's views. I have had so many more people with the same view than not, and those few that aren't, they didn't have nice characters. And again, that makes me wonder how much of us is left if we take our mental health away. That person still has to make those decisions, those choices of who they're going to be. Nothing's easy. Doesn't matter what we deal with, and there is always someone out there that's worse. But I know what I want to be with, and I'm not going to be one of those people who say to my daughter, I've got mental health, I've got disabilities, deal with it. I want to be one of those parents that say, okay, I've got a bad head today, or my fibro's playing up, so I can't go for a bike ride, can't go for a walk, but let's get a game of Jenga out, let's get some Play-Doh out, let's get some paint out, let's sit here. It's not I don't want. I want to show my daughter that my mental health and my disability and my illness is not an excuse for my behaviour, my choices, and the things I do in life. I want to show her that I make those choices. I decide how I talk to people, in what manner I talk to people, how friendly I am, the decisions I make. That's because of me. That's because of who I am, not because of what I've got. My passionate subjects I could talk about all night long, and I could bore you and I'd repeat myself. Again, I do apologise. I'm not here to offend anyone. This is my fibro rant. These are my opinions, and I am just sharing them with you. Sorry for the wait, and sorry that it's come with such a passionate subject, but it's something that I had to do. I had to get done. I will do a up to date with everything again soon. I've got another video coming in, should be by next week, so thank you for all my support. You guys are great. Quite a few of you keep in contact with me, and it's just, support is great. It's ongoing, and it's the kind of support groups and social friends that I want to continue having. I don't have to meet you to be friends with you, to talk about, health, mental health, social, anything. And anyway, one message to one person one day, just saying, hey, that person could be having a bad day and you could have just put a smile on their face. I know you guys do to me plenty of times. Well, thank you, and speak to you again. Bye.